Good morning and happy Friday, friends. Before I get to an update on this 37, I'd like to do a couple of shout outs. And if you're into this kind of stuff and you like what you see, please hit that like button, but wash your hands immediately afterwards, because we do not know where that like button's been. And yeah, I'd wash your hands. So my first shout out comes from Jimmy G Scale Model Garage, one of our Canadian friends up there. Very killer builder. He's building a Mustang GT right now that is just fantastic. He hasn't updated in a little bit, which is understandable. But he's got this tutorial on seatbelts. It's just, man, they turned out freaking awesome. And I know when I do my seatbelts in this 37, I'm going to be following along with him on that. It just, they turned out looking perfect. Super awesome builder. Go check out his channel. It's Jimmy G's Scale Model Garage. And then this next cat, he needs no introduction. I don't even know what to say. Hobby Dude 007. He just recently gave me a shout out and it just blew me away. I'm super honored because this guy is one of the best out there. And if he says your stuff's good, that's just like mind-blowing. So this car that he's got, I'm just blown away by how much detail is in the fabricated stock car that he's got going on here, and it's kind of right up the alley of everything that I do. I'm into kind of that whole almost done but not quite done stage, you know, definitely daily drivers. I like to dirty up my cars a little bit because, you know, every car I've ever built up and hot rodded out has been, you know, primered and just, you know, it's a hot rod. You drive the things, man. So anyway, thank you so much, Mark, for the shout out. Thank you for oh, the stickers too, man. I got a bunch of cool stickers, and we all love stickers. It's like, you know, when I go to the racetrack, ever since I was a little kid, I would always collect stickers and stick them all over everything. And so I got a tool thing over here that I'm starting to fill up, and that's definitely going to find a cool spot on there. But I just wanted to thank you for all your kind words, and it's just really awesome and an honor to, you know, have you in the model community and for everything that you do. But I just want to say thank you. So now, well, let's get to this 37. So give me a second here. Welcome back to the shop. So here we have the 37. It's upside down, and I'm going to show you pretty much what I've done. I've been kind of concentrating on getting the interior to fit and all the structure of the model itself, where I'm going to have my gluing points and so on and so forth. I made a pan for the bottom. It's just a template. As you can see, it's not fitting very tight along the sides here, which I want it to do. You know, some of the flaws in this model kit was in the molding process. This side is thicker and has some weird little imperfections to it as compared to the other side. They are not symmetrical, but you know, it's a plastic model kit, and again, it's just plastic, so I can file away a little bit of it and get it to fit tight. So this floor pan, oops, will be a good template. But so what I've done, let's get this rolling here, is I got my front suspension mounted to the frame. I'm gonna paint the frame white, so I painted everything white in there that I can, just to kind of get into the little nooks and crannies with the airbrush before, you know, I actually paint the whole thing white. I made little brackets right here for the rack and pinion, and let's see if I can zoom in, give you an idea of what's going on with it. Too much coffee. So I have holes drilled through these I'm gonna make a little washer and a nut to go through there, you know, to make it look real. Through the bottom here is gonna be where the lower of the coilover is gonna fit. So I'm gonna put a piece of tubing in there, then I'm gonna use a smaller piece of tubing and slide it through, which will actually connect the bottom ball joint or heim joint of the coilover. And I'll have, you know, give it like a little rubber grommet on each side with insulated wire that I cut in thin slices, and give it that look. We'll see. I'm going to experiment with a couple of things that way. It's solid. It's a static suspension. There's no functionality to it. My spindles will slide in, and I will mount them through the top and through the bottom. And with that being said, with the spindle, once I get the holes drilled for how I'm going to do it, again, I'll use tubing, and then I'll go smaller from there, and I'm going to mount it from the top and from the bottom. It should be able to turn the wheels. And then on the inside, just like on a regular car, I will have nuts, castle nuts, I hope, if I can figure out how to make the castle nuts. If not, just really big nuts. It's what you're going to need to drive this car anyway. You know, and they mount in there, and it should be pretty awesome that way. I've got it set up to where I can do my disc brakes, and they'll mount with these brackets. I'm not very prepared on this. The brackets will mount on there, and then I'll have the disc brakes mounted to the tires, you know, the whole deal. Rack and pinion. I'm trying to figure out, I've got it set up to where it should be in a fairly straight line, to where I'll have the movement to turn the wheels, but it's not going to be a lot, so far anyway, with what I figured out. Gonna make a tilt front end for it, so that's a new thing that I've done. Is I zoom back out again, chop the grill, and I chopped the grill a lot. I mean, I took out, I don't know, probably 12 scale inches. It's a big grill. It's really long. And the other little thing that I've done, because see, I want to make this kind of go over, have it all molded together like it's a tilt front end, continue the little trim line right there, and then have my mounting points here. And I'm thinking that I should probably make a bracket that's elongated like a triangle, so it can slide forward and then tilt, just to clear the whole front suspension and the rack and pinion and not hit. But that'll be pretty cool, sitting on the front there. Let's see if I can get all this together here. Oops, well, there's my floor pan. Floor pamming. Okay, and there's my, oh, so with the firewall, what I did is I needed room for my distributor, so I just took a piece of large tubing, let's see if I can get that focus right, and mounted it in there. And then I'll just, you know, fill in the seam a little bit here and there, and then probably cap it off. It's also a place where I can feed wires up through it. I'm gonna put a screen in here, and then open this up and have it tilted open with a screen in the front so it can get the air in. And it's going to be an air vent to go inside the motor. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put a piece of tape on here, or even maybe a piece of foil, and I am going to emboss this line and get it as perfect as possible so I can transfer it over to a piece of, I'm thinking like 10,000 styrene, and get it cut out perfect. And then I can scribe this thing out completely and fix her up. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, there's a gap in the dashboard is up right there. I'm going to fill that gap with, I've looked at a lot of stock pictures, done a lot of research, and there's a dash pad, and under the dash pad is where it mounts to the window, and it's got like little holes and stuff in it, really cool little detail, and I'm going to try to get that in there. Still need to make a windshield frame for the glass to sit into, and make little notches in here and little grooves in the windows, so I can have a window that's, you know, looks like it can roll up and down. And still need to do the same thing with the back. So it's going to be a lot of work to get that interior together. This interior tub really sucks. It just did not fit, and I've fought with it and fought with it. Completely cut out the floor, lowered it, or channeled it I should say, and that was a good probably 6 scale inches I channeled out of it, all the way up to the bottom of the seat, so that it will fit nice and neat on the body here. Get that out of the way. Got to have a microfiber rag, or 20 or 100. I get them for free at work, and so I give them out, because man, you can never have enough. Try to think of where I'm at with this. So that body sits on there. Oh, the small block. So this is what I got going on so far. I put the dipstick in, which is a little crooked, because as you can see, I got the little dipstick in there because I need to run my spark plug wires and my headers, and I need this in there so it doesn't so I know it's out of the way. Haven't decided on valve covers yet. It's my 2.4 setup. As you can see, I didn't finish my 3D printed transmission at all. I'm still learning about these 3D printed stuff, but this is from Josh Reese over there at VCG Resins. Really, really nice. Super pleased with it. And then I was thinking about this big block from Iceman, which is actually, this one's really cool. Yeah, I got a few different opinions on their stuff. Some of it seems rather generic, but you know, is what it is. I can make something out of nothing, I think, on that. Gonna go with the radiator in the back for sure, so I can use the idea I stole from Mark and make a see-through radiator, have all the hoses run up to the front, so it's nice and open in the front. And you'll be able to see the pulleys and all that. Probably use machine pulleys, or do like I have been doing and just kind of filing out the pulleys on stuff and make my own belt after I get them all painted up. It's kind of the cheaper way of doing it. I've already spent money on some 3D stuff, so might as well use it up. This was on the front of that Iceman motor, and I'm just stealing that part. I had an idea and it didn't work. I think that's about it, friends. If you like this stuff, please like and subscribe. But remember, when you hit that like button, to wash your hands, because we do not know where that like button's been. The internet's a big place, and nobody wants to get a case of Ghana fingeritis, or what we call the finger clap, you know. And it's just, yeah, we don't need that. We're hobby guys. We need our fingers. All right, guys. Blessed be. Be kind to each other and model on.